Greetings to my team of 144, all Starseeds, Lightworkers, and Way Showers. It is 11102019, November 10th, 2019. It's the 111 and an 1111 portal, which is leading up to tomorrow's 1111 grand portal opening. These massive waves coming in today, much intense energies. Today was the gathering that with the Divine 44, which I was not able to live stream, but I recorded, and tomorrow on the portal opening of 1111, I will upload it to my channels and share with all of you. It's the team I've been working with in the last few months through this spiritual journey, divine alchemy of assisting humanity in this ascension process. And be sure to stick around to the end of the gathering, the transmissions. It's several hours, but at the end, we do a group collective healing transmission to all of humanity and all Starseeds and Lightworkers. And it was very powerful as a collective group, putting our awareness, our love, our light together to transmit out. The chi, the energy within my body rose to such a high frequency and intensity. It felt like my body was on fire. And you'll feel it. You'll receive the transmission if you put your mind and your heart to center. And on the way to my office to prepare for this gathering, it was through a Zoom meetup. As I drove through the park, a beautiful, massive white hawk flew overhead from the west to the east. And then several yards later, another amazing hawk from my right side flew over in front of my vehicle into the west. So this was a very auspicious sign, a divine omen from the Great Spirit to transmit to myself the power and the glory of the beauty of life, light, and our team of the 144. So look for that video tomorrow and have an amazing 1111 portal opening and Mercury transit. Today's first transmission from Laura Pleiadian, 1111, you and your light body, 111111, the 11th month, the 11th day, the 11th hour. It is no coincidence these sacred frequencies belong to the remembrance of what others have gone through, to their selfless acts, to the end of war, to peace and love, all now. The eternal portal you wish to be activated into is that of harmonizing with your light body. This requires the internal state of being in harmony for that actualization to take place within you. To harmonize with your light body is to be in alignment with your eternal consciousness as light. Your light body is harmony, is light, and exists beyond time and space as you know it. The eternal glory of you as your light body exists now. It is this alignment and unification with the human aspect of you in form with your light body that you desire. 1111, enter sacred space, enter your heart, enter the eternal portal of your unification to the new earth, fifth dimensional being you so desire. How to get from your head to your heart? Create sacred space as the container of you through all of your experiences, through every breath consciously. Even the focus on this and repeatedly bringing yourself back to the awareness of this is the process of your ascension and complete unification through your heart. Be conscious, be selfless in that the human you that wants things to be a certain way for you releases its stronghold and attachments to control and power over the heart. No matter what one attains materially, it does not bring the fulfillment of the heart and life plan, soul, destiny, which is why you are here and will continue to be here till you complete your agreement. Ultimately, this is a surrender and allowing your true self to take over. Your true self is through your heart and eternal. So this 1111 experience is of that. For that is that eternally. It is you to you, the human you to the eternal you. The accessing of this is through your heart. The unification is the sacred marriage, is the sacred space, is the fulfillment and glory of your light body, your love, your divine ascended being all now. Hold this sacred space as the awareness that unifies you to you with your light body, you with your complete transformation, you with your eternal light and divine presence through love. In love, we, the divine council of overseers, initiate you now. From Laura Pleiadian, the new divinehumanity.com. And from Grace Solaris, it is time to return to the the power to the people, to the one and the many and the many and the one. It is time for the 144,000 to rise. Enough is enough. It is time to declare this phase of thousands of years of patriarchal dominion cancelled and nullified. No more allowing ourselves to be silenced or blinded. We are the full disclosure. We can no longer sit back and wait for something or someone to change. The change starts within you, within each one of us. It starts by taking back and reclaiming our sovereignty, our voice, and our original divine spark of light, divine blueprint. It starts and ends with each of us healing the battle within, between our divine feminine and masculine aspects, the rift between our heart and mind that was installed many of thousands of years ago in the era of the two high civilizations of Lemuria and Atlantis. As many of you know, these two civilizations degraded over a period of time from within the very core. Infiltrators polluted the hearts and minds of the priests, priestesses that held the vibratory rate of the highest truth and the purest essence alive within the purity of their hearts. The holy Maxine flame, the first light, that has been burning since the beginning, was becoming weaker and weaker as the priesthood became deeper and deeper infiltrated by lower vibrations, by a collective entity, a race of Galactics that aimed at taking over the planet for the means of using it for their experiments and personal agendas. Their love for power was insatiable and ruthless till this day. They disrespected all cosmic laws and planted seeds of suspicion, mischief, distrust, and rivalry from within the priesthood to create division and uproar, which from there extended to encompass the whole nation, and slowly but steady a complete degradation of consciousness happened as the people got more and more disaligned from their heart and the divine principles. As they started to follow their intellect and to follow the new way of thinking, which was based on full patriarchal dominion, where the intellect and the logic was honored as the highest principle, mostly out of fear. More and more people, even the highest initiates in the priesthood, got weak and submitted to the fear programming with silent acceptance, as everyone that didn't comply were named and shamed and put under suspect. This programming is still intact today, and it is vital that we heal all the wounds that our bodies hold from this time that is still keeping us in fear of rising to our power, fear of raising our voices and speaking our truth. The infiltrations of the lower frequency, manipulate programming, has been going on much too long now. It is controlling our governments, the media, the film and music industry. It has infiltrated the pharma industry, even the educational system, and the mind of each of the 9 billion people on this planet. Apart from some of those millions of pioneers of light that are working diligently on clearing the old programming and upgrading their DNA, time now to make a total quantum shift and allow for full disclosure. The only way this can happen is through reclaiming our power, our sovereignty, and divine intelligence master blueprint. It implies a declutter and cleanse of our system, our DNA, and cells of all manipulative programming devices, and an upgrade of our body back to oneness. To unite all polarity within, to forgive and give way for divine union within. It is for each of us to do this. The re-emergence of the goddess and return of the motherland, divine feminine principles of divine harmony. Beloved family of light, beloved Atlantean and Lemurian sisters and brothers, you are invited to this predestined gathering of ancient souls to heal the ancient rift within self and with the crystalline grid of Gaia, and unite your masculine Atlantean aspect with your feminine Lemurian aspect to allow for the hydroscamos of these divine principles in their whole healed form, which is mandatory for the actualization of ascension, your source monadic essence of ecstatic bliss union, to descend into embodiment. Tomorrow's 1111 portal is the most pivotal opportunity to do this, as our divine intent is magnified to the max and empowered by the momentous incoming energies of high vibrating supersonic photonic light that are extremely supporting and dismantling the most rigid and densest of energies, and the veil is at its thinnest. The incoming keys and codes are orchestrated to create transmutation and to dissolve the old structures within self and within the collective. Whether we are aware of this and working consciously with transmuting ourselves, it will happen with or without our consent as the higher intelligence works for the highest good of all and follows a higher evolutionary plan. Resisting will make this decluttering process more challenging. We can no longer comply and accept and live in denial of what our heart knows to be true. Time to stand to our truth and to embrace the truth, no matter how much it may hurt to face it. When we face our greatest fears, we empower ourselves and will rise in frequency to a whole new consciousness. No more dimming your light and hiding. Time to stand up in your true might. It is time to return the power to the people, to the one in the many and the many in the one. This transmission will catalyze a quantum shift in consciousness and transmute the cataclysm imprinting within our cells and being, and within the planetary body and crystalline grid, a rebirth of beloved Gaia into her true grace and glory. The effects of this healing will evoke and accelerate your conscious memory of who you truly are, and activate the record keepers within your body that holds the divine blueprint of Atlantis and Lemuria, so that this galactic wisdom can flourish and blossom within your consciousness and come to surface, so that you may serve this planet in divine humility and complete coherence with divine will. As the cosmic Christ you came here to be, it will as well trigger and activate ancient memories of spiritual talents and tools, and they will be revealed as you need them in your spiritual service, when ensured you will make the right use of them in accordance to divine will, and never again for egoic agendas. It will empower you to step forward in your true might and own who you are without fear of repercussions. You can come out of your hiding. Time to go center stage into your wildest dreams and heart visions of the new Atlantis and Lemuria united, the new heaven on earth. And today from Elizabeth, Peru, the 1111 doorway begins. So many of us see 1111 when we're waking up, when we're expanding, and especially when we have been doing our work and are being congratulated by soul and our guides. The 1111 vibration opens up a doorway into higher realms of self-knowing on November 11th worldwide, and this year we're extra blessed with a rare crossing of Mercury over the Sun, which only happens 13 times every 100 years. What does it mean for you? While you've been preparing all month, have you felt quiet reevaluating your next steps? The following 24 to 48 hours brings massive global energy shifts, plus personal eye-opening and in-your-face events. If you're feeling a little introverted, reflective, and perhaps deeper than you have in many weeks, you're right. We're all preparing internally as souls for a high vibration energy shift arriving this Monday on the 1111 doorway as Mercury makes a rare crossing of the Sun. There's always a cosmic reason for why we experience what we do, and as we expand our consciousness, the more at one we become, at one with the cosmic order and flow. If you've been tuning into the energy wave on Earth that's a little despondent, then move it up a notch. There is so much cosmic goodness to tap into right now, and you'll see it when you start getting grateful for where you are today. The days of thinking I'll be happy when are over. You are so powerful that you can change your entire world with one simple choice, and it all starts right now. From ElizabethPeru.com, and from Christina Papagiorgio, White Mirror Wave Spell, November 7th to 19, 2019, Kins 118 to 129. Today with Kin 121, we have officially entered column 7, the middle of the sacred Tzolk'in 260-day calendar. The central column or spine of the Tzolk'in. This column represents the safe space in the eye of the storm, or eye of the needle, as Egyptians refer to it, which, as the parable says, was the gateway leading to heaven. Now we have entered the transcendental space of no time, the overlap of dimensions, and the mystical cosmic 13th frequency of the Twilight Zone. All illusions are being revealed as the truth is being redefined. There is nowhere to hide anymore as the Hall of Mirrors multiplies all that is discordant and distorted throughout the eternal no-time. The endlessness and the overlap of worlds in this time-space reality. Why? Note, the 1111 portal tomorrow falls on Kin 122, 122, white overtone wind in this very, very powerful window. The mirrors are about to shatter and a golden doorway is appearing in front of us, illuminating our way back home. Safe journey, beloved starseeds. It is time to step through this eternal doorway. Today, the red self-existing dragon, kin 121, 121, 10 November 2019, 10 11 2019, 10 11 3, 1 2 3, ready, set, go, equaling 6. 10, the manifestation, authority, leadership, power. 1, new beginnings, oneness, unity. 6, Christ consciousness, family, harmony, peace. Kin 121 equaling 4, form, structure, foundation, earth, angelic. Powerful day of new beginnings, transformation, and birthing new structures. Today is the first day we enter the central column of the Tzolk'in, and we are the threading the eye of the needle, so to speak. In 10 days' time, at the completion of the White Mirror wave spell, we arrive at Hunab-Ku, Galactic Center, and are at 0 point, source, on 20 November 2019. Generally, this period of time denotes a calmness and a time of balance during the next 20 days. The calm before the storm starts all over again. Day 4 in the White Mirror wave spell of reflection, truth, illusion, endlessness, and magnification. Today we are defining order and truth as our response to the evolving patterns and cycles reflected in our everyday life in order to build a new foundation for our world. Tone of creation, self-existing, tone 4 in the mental realm, action, measures, power defines, essence forms, self-existing, number 4 takes form, and we have ourselves a square shape, self-existing, measuring and defining, very intelligent, fascinated by self. We have now built a sturdy platform upon which further growth takes place. Dispense with the rest and build your new solid foundations on the basis of natural harmony and truth, giving form to your new life. Conscious self, red dragon. Today we reflect on the passing of the old cycles as we prepare to birth the new. Imix represents our mothers and the feminine ancestral bloodlines. So we bless and honor all those beings who have birthed us in the cycles past as we reflect on all that is revealed in our daily lives through the mirror. We begin to define what we need to build upon in order for our own lives to be a match for this new 5D reality. Through redefining ourselves and how we operate, we collectively are redefining and constructing the birth of a better world. So precious hearts, a day of reflection and synchronicity point the way in order to birth a lovely new world filled with love and nurturance. Today's question is, in which direction are the signs guiding me to redefine and birth my new life? Divine blessings for the formation of a wonderful new foundation of joy and bliss. And from the Dream Spell Journey by Volum Votan and Icke, Kin 121, the mystic column of the Tzolk'in. 42 Tzolk'in since the discovery of the law of time is art. Today's kin 121, self-existing dragon, 4 dragon, opens the central mystical column of the dream spell Tzolk'in and also completes 42 galactic spins. 42 Tzolk'in since the discovery of the law of time is art. T times E equals art. Time and Energy is art by Jose and Lloydine R. Willis, Volum Votan and Icke. Kin 121 leads the central 7th column of the Tzolk'in, therefore its frequency influences the next 19 kin from kin 122 until kin 140. A key aspect of kin 121 is the power to define our spiritual being and give form to our spiritual path. The kin 121 also contains the awakening power of 11 times 11, the 1111 equals 121. Therefore codes the pair of 11 which conforms the code of Volum Votan's kin 11, 11.11, and Icke's kin 22, 11 plus 11. In this way, kin 121 has been perfectly inscribed on the synchronic order by the archetypes of Volum Votan and Icke. Precisely, they were the visionaries who defined the spiritual path of the 1320 wisdom of the Maya Tzolk'in as the frequency of time is art, and the key for humans to return to natural time. The 1320 natural harmonic opposes to the 1260 artificial frequency of time is money, which they also define as the root cause of all the problems of humanity. Despite the fact that some have tried to erase from history the feminine participation of Lloydine Bolognic in this visionary work, Jose always recognized her as co-worker and co-author of the book T-E=Art, The Discovery of the Law of Time. This work constitutes the foundation stone of the galactic Maya cosmology, brought forth by Jose and Lloydine R. Willis. Its influence is crystal clear on later works, also co-authored by them, such as The Dream Spell, 1990-91, The 13 Moons in Motion, 1992, and The Telektonon Prophecy, 1993-1995, amongst others. 10 November 2019, NS1.32.4.24. Kin 121, Red, Self-Existing, Dragon. The code for the day, the mantra is, I define in order to nurture, measuring being. I seal the input of birth with the self-existing tone of form. I am guided by the power of navigation. So on this 11/10/19 portal, it is now 11 p.m. So the 11/11/11 coming through right now. Also today, another synchronicity. After spending about 4 hours with the Divine 44, a good friend of mine texted me a message at 4:44 p.m. when I was finishing up my work. And then as I got the text message at 4:44, I deposited several checks into the bank, the ATM, and the total was $244.40, 2444. The double toroidal field of the crystalline structures of the sacred Merkaba field. So thank you for joining me today, beloved beings of light. 111 is 1101 and 1110. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Leave a comment below on what you're experiencing today through this massive intense energy waves of the 1111 portal and the sacred Mercury transit, which is coming in the following morning, tomorrow morning, as we transition from the 1111 into the 1212, and then the 1221 into the 2020. So be sure to check out our transmission tomorrow from today's gathering with the Divine 44 as we transmit our highest light, our highest love, our highest codes to all of you. Many of you will receive activations and codes through our collective efforts of the Divine 44. I'd also like to thank everyone that has joined us on this mission for the Healing Retreat Center in Ecuador, South America, in the beloved foothills of the sacred Andes Mountains, where the eagle flies with the condor, the divine masculine flame with the divine feminine waters, coming together to create balance and harmony for the manifestation of the new earth. You can learn more about this on primedisclosure.com under Tao de Ecuador, Healing Retreat Center and Sustainable Community at the top of the page. So have a beautiful and blessed day and an amazing 1111 portal activation. I love you all. Namaste.